Hello, Professor. This is the group report of Ms. Zelei and Liu Yuxuan. We are going to introduce the national contribution report of Sri Lanka. My name is Ms. Zelei, and this is my student number. Our report includes the following 7 parts. The first part is national resource consumption and national GDP of Sri Lanka. According to the document issued by the Ministry of Electricity and Energy of Sri Lanka in June 2022, Sri Lanka is currently experiencing the most serious economic crisis in more than 70 years, with 22 million people in the country in the dilemma of food, electricity, water, and medical shortage. Due to excessive foreign Sri Lanka's current external depends the climate to use 15 billion account for 62.5% of country's GDP, which means that the possibility of restoring the country's national product has almost disappeared. The right figure shows the change trend of Sri Lanka's GDP since 2012. And the part 2, Sri Lanka climate change mitigation and adaptation strategy. The government of Sri Lanka believes that the United Nations and other countries need to provide corresponding international support to meet the needs of greenhouse gas emission reduction and national independent contribution. The picture is the framework requirement, the climate disappearing and risk management issues by the Sri Lanka government of the September 2022. The framework requirement indicate the risk reduction, improved prudence, financial protection, and positive resilience measures are needed to improve the identification and understanding of disasters and risk climate. The government of Sri Lanka seeks climate finance and technological transfer support to develop more renewable energy resources. However, for a developing country whose national figure and Gold Bank report various mitigation measures and different achieve finance and technologic. The next part is the challenge of national resilience. Sri Lanka has a complex climate, diverse terrain and different climates, leading to the diversity of animals and plants. Diversity contributes to the ecosystem by providing economic benefits through tourism and fishery. Sri Lanka is classified on low and middle income country, and its economic meaning depends on shipping, tourism, and aviation. The pandemic of COVID-19 has had a significant impact on the economy of Sri Lanka. Local and border countries have inhibited economic development, and government is unable to maintain the operation of important departments. Under the situation, the Sri Lanka government has made the following discussion in the process of NDC revision. This is my part. Thank you for your listening. Next, my classmate Liu Yuxuan will continue to report. Thank you.
Hi, Professor. My name is Liu Yuxuan, and I will report it the next time. Number 4 is the sector regulation and GHG immigration. In order to address the challenge posed by the climate change, Sri Lanka has taken a number of steps, taken a number of measures, and implemented the nation policy, strategy, and actions. The left of the figure shows the follow chart of climate impact and adaptation capacity. Sri Lanka's climate change and the policy relate to national sustainable development seeks the mainstream climate change into key sectors such as power, urban planning, waste, transportation, industry, coastal and marine, forestry, water, sanitation, tourism, and entertainment, biodiversity, agriculture, livestock, and fishery. Some of its sectors have integrated climate change risks and commitments. The five part is the resilience and environmental and social impact of the agriculture sector. The Sri Lanka financial policy for agriculture expansion and protective of the objective self-efficient in many crops possible. Related in 2020 through the new regulation control agriculture imports. So the contribution of the agriculture to the country GDP is gradually shrinking. Agriculture remains the most important economy activity in Sri Lanka. The next part is contribution of agriculture sector to national resilience and the greenhouse gas emission reduction. The government's policy framework provides a wide range of guides and directives for sustainable and environmental friendly agriculture, enforcing and mode and advanced technologies, water conservation, use of renewable energy, product innovation, value added, and process improvement and management for excess production through the improving post-harvest process, packaging, transportation, storage, and diversity. Greenhouse has emission reduction in the agriculture sector will be achieved through the implementation for several key strategies. The government for Sri Lanka expects that implement of data no destructive carbon between 2021 and 2030 will lead to a 7% reduction in greenhouse gas emission, but the current situation it may be difficult to achieve. The last one part is realize the net zero emission and technology support for the industry under the Paris Agreement. Sri Lanka's national adaptation plan will update through the national adaptation prediction project supported by the Green Climate Fund, which will develop a long-term adaptation priority pipeline to obtain the technological financial emissions. The red figure shows the revision process of Sri Lanka national independence contribution. In the future, we can see the more we can see that from March 2020 to June 2021, Sri Lanka carried out the revision through the various department process. Finally, according to the large number of data and documents reviewed by our group, that means my group mate, we didn't see the contribution made by the Sri Lanka's government to the next step for the greenhouse gas emission reduction and the national release in 2022. Perhaps no, their urgent task is to fund a large amount of funds to receive the national economy and restore the production. The people's livelihood is fundamental for the country. And all of this is our report. Thank you for your listening.